British Fist are going to be doing a WrestleMania special Q&A for this WrestleMania week. So if you have any WrestleMania questions related to this year, any year, or just a pay-per-view in general, please send the questions in as soon as possible in any way you can to contact the British Fist. Also during Raw, we saw AJ wearing an engagement ring. And also with news reports, CM Punk has proposed to AJ. Congratulations, and they picked the right time to do it. There's a lot of buzz in the wrestling world. AJ's about to defend her championship at WrestleMania, most likely lose, but it's still a great time to do it, so congratulations to those two. Hulk Hogan weren't on Raw, but he's going SmackDown and more than likely doing more than Roddy Piper did on Raw. Don't know why Piper was needed tonight. And the WrestleMania kickoff show is going to be 2 hours long this year, making WrestleMania even longer. But the kickoff show, the first hour you can watch on the usual websites. The second hour is specifically going to be for the network. So for the people that don't stream on the internet, that don't have the network, how are you supposed to watch the second hour? So whatever they involve in the second hour, fans are going to miss out on it and have to watch clips of it on WrestleMania pay-per-view if the WWE decide to show us. But with that said, let's get into the review. WrestleMania would not be the same without The Undertaker and the hype about the streak. So to have Paul Heyman having to use that each and every week and making it feel like a big deal, The Undertaker defending it, and this week Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker actually being physical in the ring, and Brock Lesnar actually giving The Undertaker an F5. I felt this opener gave what we needed. You had Brock showing fear of the casket, even though I was kind of hoping a casket match would have got announced during this week's Raw. But for Brock to take Taker down was a good way to kick it off. And Undertaker is still, even though I still feel this match is a few years too late, he's still going to bring it. I expect these two to put on a great performance. But with the worry that's going through people's mind is, could Brock actually hurt The Undertaker? Even though it would be slightly unfair to have Del Rio going into WrestleMania to the 30-man Battle Royal without looking somewhat ready, somewhat decent for it, but to have him defeat your Intercontinental Champion, the guy that quite recently has been booked quite strong, he's been a guy that WWE have been focusing on. So yes, it's a big thing for Del Rio to win a match to beat Biggie Langston. But first surprise of the night, Summer Rae's win over Natalya would have been a bigger deal if it weren't over a slap on Total Divas, and if Natalya had continuously good booking as a top base in the Divas division. But I don't feel this really felt that important, but it may be WWE's way of highlighting two possible candidates to become the next Divas champion at WrestleMania. But I'll give you my predictions on who I think is going to become the Divas champion later this week. Later in the night we have a Battle Jill match where AJ faces Naomi. Naomi gets her win after Tamina tries to protect her, which shows that Tamina might be a bit torn if she's going to be loyal to AJ going into WrestleMania, or if she's going to break and just destroy the Divas to become the Divas champion. Quite interesting, but Naomi gets the win. So right before the pay-per-view, the Divas champion gets pinned by a contender. So it does leave you quite wondering, of all these Divas who was at ringside and wrestled tonight, who's going to become the next Divas champion? The booking of the Authority, especially on the build to WrestleMania, has been solid brilliant. I've enjoyed it. They're definitely proving themselves as the top heels right now. And when they compare the Yes movement to last year's Fandango win, brilliant. They're insulting one of their own employees. It's really showing the downfall of Fandango, and the authority or the people who are paying Fandango to be an active or a wrestler in their company is getting insulted by the boss. Such a shame where he's gone, but you get Stephanie doing the yes, yes, yes. Oh, that was many fans' dreams, I'm sure, to hear her repeating the word yes, yes. And the video package that Stephanie or the authority had on Triple H, it's really putting Triple H over. Something Triple H really needs going to WrestleMania. A video package to put him over as the best. Something that shows his quality, his dominance. He really needs it, doesn't he? But I enjoyed it. It was great to see Triple H's ego in such quality. And the next part. Okay, you have Batista coming out and him wearing that hat and glasses and his loss of muscle, it seems. He doesn't really look like the animal. Orton comes out sucking up to the authority when Triple H, as of recently, had enough of Orton. He said his title run as champion is finishing, so be prepared unless the Viper can come back. And the main event between Orton and Batista becomes a no disqualification. I want to give my opinion about this at the main event because hearing that announcement puts questions in my mind. Just like I said about Del Rio early in the night, I felt this would have been the last chance, unless they have a match on SmackDown, to give Ryback and Curtis Axel a win before they go into WrestleMania to try and make us believe that they're going to become the next tag team champions. But in this match, we had the Usos and the Las Matadores defeating Ryback, Curtis Axel, and the Real Americans. Jack Swagger, by the end of the match, looked brilliant. I thought they made him look like a big deal. Cesaro got a few moves in, but Curtis and Ryback, the, the, the WWE are making us not believe in them one bit. So when we have this switch between the two Las Matadores, it should have been done on Ryback and Curtis Axel if the WWE really wanted to sweep them away, but instead it was done to Swagger, the guy who was looking good before the match finished. The Rhodes Brothers defeat Damien Sandow and Fandango. And there's not much to this match. My small hope going into this match was more entertainment from Goldust. We didn't get it, but they pick up a win. Is it wrong to possibly give the heels some wins here? Bray Wyatt's quote, "It's not the beginning, it's the end," seems to be the heel quote going to WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt over John Cena, Triple H, Batista, and Orton over Daniel Bryan, and Brock over The Undertaker, and possibly Kane over The Shield. It just seems to be a common quote for this year's WrestleMania. But first we have Bray Wyatt defeating R-Truth, one of my favourite guys. What's up? But he got defeated by the monstrous Bray Wyatt, like he should. They take out Xavier Woods, and in that process, John Cena, that dirty devil, is standing there wearing the Wyatt attire, the sheep mask. And yes, that was quite clever of you, John Cena. But even that gave you the same reaction you seem to get for most things you do in your career, booing. Yes, there were some fans that cheered and stuff, but they are your little fan base. But it was clever. I'll give John Cena that. It was pretty something unexpected from John Cena. But then later in the night, that hope that John Cena was actually going to show emotion, show fear, giving Bray Wyatt the upper hand, seems to fade away a bit as he said that he is a monster. He's going to face his fear that he's meant to have over Bray Wyatt and go into WrestleMania and defeat him. And to back this match up, to help it feel like a big deal, we see the likes of Alex Riley, yes. Wade Barrett, Bad News Barrett, yes. And Booker T. Great little panel there. But I'm looking forward to this match. I'm still looking forward to how in the WWE are going to perform this. The expected wrestler to win is John Cena, but Bray Wyatt could do with the win here. Are the WWE finally going to give us something that makes us compliment John Cena by putting over Bray Wyatt? If Kane's going to remain a heel, especially when he leaves the Authority, this match he had on Raw against Roman Reigns, I really wouldn't mind seeing it as a feud. The fans seem to support Roman Reigns, hence the 80%, and Kane, he's always been better as a monster. So if they turn this to a feud, I'd love it, I'd support it, I'd want to see it. But this match comes to a DQ after we get the interference or the distraction from New Age Outlaws, which bring up the Shield, and they beat down on Kane. But luckily, Kane flees the ring with New Age Outlaws. That's a bit of hype going to WrestleMania, but this match, it's not as big as it could have been for the Shield, but it's getting them on the card. It's getting Kane on the card at the same time. New Age Outlaws, who have a contract. So I guess it's okay, but not as big as it could have been. If the WWE want to use Roddy Piper, maybe save it for WrestleMania to make it feel more special. But the way Roddy's been recently, he's not been the Roddy Piper that he used to be years ago. I guess he's starting to lose his kick. But I think maybe it weren't Piper's fault this week. Maybe it was just the segment as a whole. You have all the wrestlers, or most of the wrestlers, who are involved in the 30-man Battle Royal, and Piper's getting frustrated because no one's letting him speak. More wrestlers come out. It was a good way to get them on TV and get them all fighting to tease the Battle Royal. But I don't think Piper was needed whatsoever. He got overshadowed by the 30 men. Maybe Hogan would have been good here before WrestleMania. But the last two in the ring is the guy everyone's predicting is going to win, Big Show, the tallest guy in the match, or unless you count Carly, Mark Henry, but Big Show's the most likely candidate to win. Rey Mysterio, the smallest guy. And then you have Rey Mysterio try and outsmart Big Show. The finish weren't too bad. Give you the size comparison, the mind work of both wrestlers, but the segment just didn't feel like it worked. Main event should be labelled The Authority What's Best for Business, because basically they give Daniel Bryan the night off as he heals up, ready for the biggest match of his career against Triple H, because there's no way he's making it to the main event. So with Daniel Bryan off, that leaves Orton and Batista to wrestle in a no disqualification match, weakening themselves down. So when Triple H goes through Daniel Bryan, goes into the main event to face the two weakened wrestlers of Batista and Orton, he's going to become the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The backhand to this, which is more likely a prediction going to happen, is Daniel Bryan's going to go through Triple H, and Orton and Batista, after this match, were meant to be weakened, giving Daniel Bryan the upper hand. But Daniel Bryan does make it to Raw, attacks Triple H, and it comes down to Orton being taken out, Batista being taken out, Triple H being taken out, and Daniel Bryan ending Raw with the yes chants. Triple H said, "At WrestleMania, you're finished. It's over." You know, it was predictable that Daniel Bryan was gonna come out on top, giving the go-home show the big happy moment ready for WrestleMania. But Triple H's what's best for business main event, it's going to backfire on it, I'm sure. But I'm going to save all the proper predictions and reasoning for later this week's video. Thank you very much for watching, people. Share your thoughts on Monday Night Raw in the comment section below. Enjoy the WrestleMania week. Send in questions. Keep smiling. And goodbye.